Hello everyone, and welcome back to Having Juice with OJ, with your host, OJ. And today we have a very special episode. Today we have our barbershop edition. Today we are here with
Vanelli, aka Vanelli Cutz.
Little coke body, stepping in the potty. On her own, she don't need nobody. I'm the but you knew that though. I ain't stressing, just collecting what they owe me for. I'm laid back, soft life, I don't care. No, they mad, make 'em mad, can't do nothing but stare. I don't blame 'em, but I'm letting you know. If I show up to the party, I'll be making it snow. Cause it's the lifestyle, not the price tag. Yeah, I'm getting money, and you can stay mad. Pop a big tag, make 'em big mad. And if I ain't doing nothing, I'ma get a bag. Might just cop a jack and burn 100 mil. Just to reminisce when we was counted out.
Here we go, and over there, we're here with...
What's up, everybody? It's the co-host, Yerami.
And my name is Marco Villawolves. I'm the videographer for Enterprize Sports.
Dan Seravalli, co-founder of Enterprize Sports.
Here we go, boys. Today we are all gonna get our haircuts by the one and only Vanelli Cutz. I mean, she's a dog. She's from Reading, PA. So here we go. Let's start it up. I'm going with a nice little mullet. Of course, you guys have seen me on the road if you've checked out Enterprise Sports. And let's just start with talking about who these people are that we're sitting with, Jerem. Let's start with Dan. Dan, the co-founder of Enterprise Sports. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
So founded Enterprise Sports 4 years ago. Where do I start? It was originally, funny enough, going to be a podcast, and we never did a podcast. It was going to be on sports betting, and it just never really planned out that way. So started in my basement, kind of following up on Barstool Sports. That was kind of the inspiration. I always say if it wasn't for Dave Portnoy, I wouldn't be doing this. So shout out Dave if you see this.
You're in a bizarro world.
So we got into it. COVID happened like 5 months in, so got thrown off a little bit. Just stayed with it. Knew we wanted to do entertainment. Knew we wanted to do sports as well. And we started interviewing people during COVID.
So what is the craziest thing that's happened to you? Ever? If you want to give me ever, college, whatever, just hit me with it.
We started picking up some traction. We were able to get a lot of good guests on. And just built into this whole thing. And then 3 years ago, I met Marco, funny enough, at Alabama. We knew we always wanted to go to schools. I said that from the first day we started things. I think Florida was the first school we went to. I didn't really know what we were doing. Stumbled upon these guys from Alabama, went and did a show with Hippie Sabotage at Alabama, met Marco. Funny enough, didn't really think anything of it at the time when I met you.
Yeah.
I just remember you on stage, you asked me for a shirt. That was kind of the introduction.
Just wanted a free shirt.
Yeah, so got the hookup, I got the shirt. And then I didn't think anything of it. We left Alabama, and if it wasn't for Doug, you probably wouldn't be here, to be honest, so shout out Doug.
Shout out Doug for that.
So we went to Arizona State, going back to Arizona State. The boys are all coming, so that's where he came the second time. What was the third? I guess Penn State was the third time he came with us, right?
Wide out.
Yeah, and Georgia and so on and so forth. And so it's just been growing. Here we are.
Who would you say was your favorite guest so far? So if you guys don't know Enterprise Sports, during COVID, they would do a bunch of different interviews where they just pretty much DM'd random people that were on Instagram, and whoever responded, they would usually be like, what, like, I'll give you 5 minutes, but then they'd usually give you more than 5 minutes, right?
No, I mean, not too many people said they would, like, give me that short of time. I mean, a few people were like, you have to make it quick. Like, Austin Eckler said, like, I think 15, 20 minutes, which, it's understandable. But he was nice enough to come on for free, which was great. And I had Chris Fowler on, he was great. Matt Berry from ESPN was great. Holly Saunders' interview was fun because we had like a little bit of beef there. That was fun. Rachel Bush came on for like an hour. That was fun. She's really hot, so it was good.
Nice.
Have her phone number, by the way.
There we go.
I hate talking about myself. Let's shift it over to Jeremy.
Actually, I'm going to shift it over to Marco. Marco, introduce himself.
This is Marco's first podcast ever, so clap it up for Marco. It's his first one ever, and he's not sweating yet. There we go.
Like I said, like Dan was saying, we met at Alabama, but it was like the first time I'm really in front of the camera. So it's a nice little change of scenery, but I started filming probably like 4 years ago. I wanted to film this artist called Famous Dex. I didn't know what I was doing, but I just wanted to meet him. So I just told the fraternity, I was like, hey, I can film for you. And I kind of just taught myself how to edit through YouTube and everything. Fast forward a couple of years, I built my portfolio. I ended up just going to this event at, where was it, Chi-Fi?
It was a Chi-Fi, yeah.
Chi-Fi, Delta Chi.
Sabotage, yeah.
And I was Delta Chi, so I just, I got a wristband to people to go in.
Yeah.
And funny enough, there was supposed to be a production team there, but the pledges threw away all their shirts we were supposed to give away. So I was the only person on stage with the camera. And I saw his shirt, because he had a shirt that said, Nick Saban, who was it?
Please take my mom. It was a disheveled picture of Nick Saban. Yeah, I got a lot of compliments on that.
And like you said, I wanted a free shirt, so I got one. And after that, I think Doug hit me up and said he needed some footage.
Yeah, no, it was. I don't think it was so much. I think he just asked you if there was any footage from the Hippie Sabotage event.
Yeah.
But I mean, I didn't think anything of you coming to really work with us and stuff, because I was like, I mean, you seem like a nice dude, but it was just like you were in Alabama, we're in Philadelphia.
We know a lot of nice dudes.
Yeah.
Everybody's a nice guy.
It was more just like a chance that I took. Really.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't lose anything. I'll get a flight to Arizona State. I get to have a fun time. But then after that, kind of just build like more of a bond connection. So we both had the right idea and mindset. We're doing it for the right reasons. Just want to make our moms happy.
For sure.
Take care of them. So
that's the ultimate goal. No, the Arizona State trip was funny because you guys ended up staying. I remember just being awake for 24 straight hours because we flew in on that Thursday morning and we did the event that night. I didn't sleep, and we were coming back the next night to do a show at Rutgers. So I was literally there for like 24 hours. Came back. The event sucked in New Jersey. I literally just wish I stayed in Arizona. Dang. So I'm hyped to go back for like a whole week this time.
No, it was a nice time.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's basically how I met Dan. I kind of just faked it till I made it.
Then Penn State.
And then Penn State, the video that went viral was kind of like sealed after that.
Biggest video that we've ever put out. So we're excited to be back at Penn State this weekend.
Great people, Happy Valley.
Yeah.
So I'll ask both of you guys too. So for Marco, I'll ask you, what's your favorite event that you have filmed, like in all your time filming? And then Dan, I'll ask you, before this Enterprise tour, what has been your favorite trip, going to a school or going somewhere for a sporting event?
Well, probably my favorite event was probably Key Glock, because like personally, that's one of my favorite rappers growing up, and his cousin Dolph, like that was like one of the first rappers when I started listening to. I was in high school, so it's kind of like a personal experience. It was great. I was able to, not only did I get to film him, but I was like in the very front, like right next to him, and that was probably like the month before his cousin passed away, Dolph. So like, it was kind of one of those things where like I'm glad I was able to do it at that time and moment. And it was like a full circle moment because I grew up listening to him all the time, and I was able to like meet him and get cool with a lot of his homeboys that he was with. So they let me stay in the front where I shouldn't have been, but it's about who you know. So that's probably the best experience I had. The crowd was insane. The production was great. Like the guy who opened up for him was one of my good friends too. So all around, it was a perfect day. Like it still feels like a dream. It just kind of went really quick, but I was able to film it, so I don't forget. So I'm able to hold that dearly. So that's probably like the best event I filmed, besides the Hippie Sabotage one, obviously, because I got to meet Dan.
Oh, that's so cute. That's so cute.
For me, it's weird. Like, when I would say the best event that I worked, I would say the Kentucky Derby. It was a span of a few days. Kentucky Oaks, Derby. It's a whole week of just being at the track, but it's a great place. Mm-hmm. It is the best sporting event I've ever been to, hands down.
I cannot wait to go to the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah,
it's going to be so exciting.
It's a different feel. Like, you don't even have to like horse racing to just go. It's just from the fashion, just the whole ambiance of it. It's just a classy, fun event. We had the privilege of being on the red carpet, interviewing different celebrities. Cam Jordan, drawing a blank. Mark Ingram, Bobby Flay, the lady from NFL Network, Kay Adams. There was a bunch of people that we got to talk to. But covering the national championship for me was probably, they were so different. Like the event of the national championship, I don't think it was as fun as the Kentucky Derby, but the whole week was so surreal, like being at the media day, being on the field. When Georgia won, I'm like, we're on the field when like the confetti's coming down and stuff. It was like, what am I doing here?
So yeah, I mean those are the two. I would say it's like tough for me because they're so different.
But event-wise, you know, they're I would say, the best 2 weeks. Some of the best 2 weeks of my life.
Those would feel like two pinnacles, because those are two pinnacles of the sports world too. So,
and to be able to do it in a, you know, cover them both in a 5-month span, when, like I said, we literally started in a basement, just me and Doug. It was an idea, and like we're here. And I literally said, I was like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
I was in the bowels of SoFi Stadium, like walking out on the field, and just like, what am I doing here? But some of the events like we've done, or like it's so different. Like the Arizona State event was so fun. It's just like, and it's the same type of thing. It's like, how did I get here? But, you know,
Worked hard.
when it happens, you do work hard. You don't really, you know, the day-to-day is the grind, but when it works out, you know, just be ready for it.
it's because we enjoy it so much. I feel like it doesn't really feel like it's crazy.
Never feels like work. Never feels like work. Yeah. So, you know, I would say those two are the best two events. But we want to do a whole music tour, so like that's the next step.
goal.
Like Marco wants to do it. I think you guys are all for it.
Yeah, I'm huge on the music tour. I remember I brought it up to you, I'm pretty sure the first time that we really sat down. So to kind of break it down how Enterprise Sports and Heaven Juice with OJ collab, let's just shout out the GOAT, Sandy Cataldi. Let's shout out the GOAT, Sandy Cataldi. Dan Caddy's there at the Union League at Tarsdale, where my mother works, and they've known each other for a while. And we had started this podcast maybe 6 months before this at this point, and followed each other. And then you DM'd me like, "Yo, let's have a call." We had the call. You originally wanted me to do the Eagles, Birds content and such like that, because you didn't know what my availability would be on a tour and such. And then you were like, "Oh, come to the office." I go to the office in New Jersey. We meet, whatever. We just start spitballing ideas, really. I feel like right away you were like, all right, I think, yeah, he's down. So, and I told you, I was like, yeah, I'm definitely down to come to most tours. That's really how it started. Yeah. And then I put on some of whatever, the Having Juice with OJ stuff with me and Germ. And you were like, who's that? And I was like, that's one of my best friends. He actually, he said, when I brought up that I was having this opportunity, he said, it's not I, it's we. We're doing this. So immediately you were like, yo, let's meet with him like a couple days later, and pretty much we're like, all right, so how are we getting this started? Yeah, that's pretty much how Enterprise and Heaven Juice came together. Then after that, it just really was planning. But how was it on your side, meeting me and Jerem for the first time, your perspective of everything?
To be completely honest, I wasn't worried about you. I was actually more worried about Germ. In the beginning.
Quiet guy?
He was quiet, and I didn't know what to expect. I was like, super nice dude, but how's he going to be on camera? Yeah. And, I think it's been the complete opposite of what my expectations were. I think he's done a great job when he's been on camera. I think both of you guys have. That's why I want to get you on camera more. Yeah. I think when you guys are on camera, you do a good job. Marco's got to get on camera too, but.
100%. It's only been a couple, like, the first stages of it all. So whoever's watching, pretty much, go check out the Auburn video under Enterprise Sports on YouTube. That was just recently posted. The Alabama one, by the time this comes out, should be pretty much coming out. So just give it a like, comment, subscribe to the Enterprise along with Usala Media, because without them both, we would not be sitting here together. So shout out both of them. And then obviously right now, we got Janelle right here. You got to tell the camera and everybody a little bit about yourself. We've been talking. Just talk about your life, where you come from, like why you're a haircut, like why you're a barber, all that good stuff.
All right, so I'm 29, I live in Reading, PA. I'm a barber. I decided to be a barber because I just wanted a schedule that worked a little bit better for myself, but I was like in a rut at the time. So I didn't know what to do with myself, but I found myself constantly watching like Instagram videos of like haircuts. So I just full blown left my job, left everything, signed up for barber school. 4 years later, it paid off. Like, I really enjoy this. Anybody that wants to be a barber is one of those careers that's like fulfilling, because like you're super bad at first, and as you keep going, you see yourself progress, and it's just like one of those things where it's like you could give yourself a pat in the back. So yeah, that's what I do it for, man. Like, I really love cutting hair, because like there's no greater feeling than just like having someone like have a bad day and then they leave out of your chair feeling like uplifted, happy. You're a therapist, all of that all in one. Like, so it's a real fulfilling job, and that's all I got. You know, it's an atmosphere like no other. I listen to music all day. We talk sports. It gets a little heavy, but you know what I mean. Like, there's no other job I'd rather be doing right now.
I would say there's no better conversation than the conversation in the barber seat.
Yes.
Talking with your barber, I feel like it's like a therapy session to a lot of people who don't go to therapy. I feel like that's really how it is. You create a good bond with the barber, and obviously because we had her come from Reading when we could have had probably a lot of people, there's already that bond there, and she's about to have a bond with a couple newbies over there that are about to be like, fuck, we need to bring her on tour. I know
I really appreciate the opportunity having me on here and stuff like that, and like showcase like, you know, the barbering industry, because it is an up and coming industry, and it's like it's getting a lot of like clout and stuff like that. So it's like tough to see like the culture shock of like barbering.
I feel like after COVID that became a big thing.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like after like when COVID was happening, I feel like barbers started then like realizing their importance, I guess, and like upping the price and shit, and being like, fuck that, like I can do it for more, and like
they tried to tell us we were non-essential.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So I feel like COVID really changed the game for barbers and such like that, which I really think is a good thing.
The way I was looking during COVID, very essential, very essential.
Yeah, everyone started looking real rough and nappy at some point. People started probably trying to do it themselves. It did not work out whatsoever.
Yeah, I started funny story, I started cutting my own hair in quarantine. It would take me like 2 hours. I was just a new barber at that too, so it would take me like 2 hours. I would be cutting my hair, I would cut my ear or something crazy, but I would go to the grocery store and it felt like prohibition. People would be like, yo, where'd you get your hair cut? I'd be like, I did it myself. They're like, no way, I'll give you $100 to cut mine right now. So I'm just like, bro, like that was like the culture shock. We are important, like, you know what I mean? Like beauticians and stuff, like we save lives too, baby. We save lives every day, you know, so.
I had the luxury of my mom's a hairdresser, so.
Oh yeah, well that's lucky. Not everybody has that privilege.
Yeah.
So me and Jeremy already threw up a short about our favorite college that we want to go to on this tour. Where are you guys most excited for? Because I know Marco, you've been to the first couple that we've already been to a bunch, and Dan, you too a little bit. So how you feeling?
Honestly, Dan's kind of hyped up LA a lot, so I'm excited to go. Where are we going? USC?
We're going to USC, but it's not going to be just a school. Like we're going to be. I want to, you know, link up with different, you know, influencers, because we're influencers.
Oh yeah, we got thrown the word influencers the other day. Somebody called us
official,
influencers, so nobody talked to us.
Yeah, either LA and Miami, because I've been to Miami, but I went to Miami for Rolling Loud, so I didn't really get time to enjoy the city. And I have a friend there that I haven't seen in so long, so.
I'm excited for Florida State. Florida State, I feel like I've heard nothing but good things. Yeah, I would say Florida State. I'm excited to just get back out to LA because I just love the weather and I like the vibe out there. But Arizona State too, because I only spent a short period of time.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I didn't even experience it. We had that interesting Uber ride. It was like, then we went right to the like downtown Scottsdale.
I stayed an extra day, but I slept all day.
Yeah.
It was so hot. I was like, no, I'm good.
Doug had like 4 suitcases of t-shirts because we bought like 200 t-shirts. It was a mess.
Y'all didn't give all those away? Those are good shirts. I figured I'll just.
I have like 10 of them.
Heard.
I think Jerm has one.
I have one now.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm excited to go there. Just the places I haven't been: South Carolina, Ole Miss.
Yeah. I just haven't been to Ole Miss yet.
Yeah. After this week, we're gonna be at the Whiteout game this week, but Penn State's the only place that I've been to out of all these places.
Yeah, so these are all new for you.
And it's all new for me. I'm still very excited about LSU, but I'm very excited about going out to the West Coast.
Why are you excited about LSU?
Because it's just they've created a culture of winning.
Okay, I thought it was.
I really like the South, so. What's your first impressions of the South?
First impressions of the South, I enjoyed it. It was a real shock driving down. You know, I was kind of a little scared driving down. I've seen a lot of things. The
Confederate flags.
Yeah, I wasn't used to seeing.
There's a lot of those.
Yeah,
and it looks like the Bama flag.
There's a shop near my house.
The Bama flag just took away the stars or something.
Yeah, right. Added an extra cross or something. I don't even know. But yeah, it's really calm. It's calm down there. People can't drive for shit. It's so bad.
True.
But
never drive in Georgia, guys.
Oh
it's
my
the
goodness.
worst experience ever.
ATL on a game day. Oh my goodness.
All the one ways.
And people also just have no idea how to switch lanes and how to turn and how to stop at stop signs. It was, and if
No
anybody knows
situational
me,
awareness.
I'm the most impatient driver. the most impatient driver. I cannot deal with slowness and somebody being stupid in front of me. I am over it. I will start getting mad. Like, luckily, my shoulder's blown out, so I can't hit my driver's door anymore. I needed a break.
Is that how you hurt your shoulder in the first place?
Yeah, that's probably why you hurt it.
That's probably why you have a torn labrum and torn rotator cuff. Punching the
surgery will be coming soon, boys and girls.
Flipping the bird out the window.
You got Lou Gehrig's, man.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah,
To add to the South too, I know OJ can attest to this. The food is just crazy.
Bussin'.
Yeah, it's crazy.
different.
Bussin'.
That's
They
what I
take the time
That's what I
with
like about
that.
living in the South. I was Mexican and Southern food. Best of both worlds.
yeah, it's different. Like here, the pizza blows it out of the water. Like you're getting the best pizza
Oh,
up
yeah.
here. Your Italian food up here is a lot.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the pizza around there is
Yeah.
honestly so bad.
It's
We've had
trash.
so many different
It
pizzas
stinks.
around there, and it's.
Papa John's is the only good thing we have.
But sadly, Papa John's is the best pizza.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's saying
that's so
something.
crazy.
Yeah. We're not known for pizza, especially not Alabama.
No.
Southern food.
Chicken
though.
tenders, though.
Chicken tenders are different than
The chicken tenders go stupid.
Guthrie's is it's a good spot.
And Jack's.
Guthrie's, you see this.
Zaxby's.
And
Big fan.
Zaxby's.
For anybody in the
Zaxby's,
north, it is
Bojangles.
not a coffee shop. For anyone in the
Yeah,
north.
facts.
We don't have Zaxby's up here? It's just a side thing?
It's like a coffee shop
Yeah.
thing.
I think it's in like Virginia and such, but that's about it.
So Zaxby's, Guthrie's, if you hear this, Enterprize Sports.
Oh, we should check those out.
I'm excited when we go out to the West to go try like food trucks. and
Mexican
stuff
food,
like that.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Spanish
it's
food
gonna
out
be-
west is really good.
It's gonna be good.
And the sushi's really good. Got to go to Nobu, Malibu.
I love sushi.
Actually, it's funny because
Germ will be-
last time I was
now
I was
You know,
just in
You're like, I'm good on that. Wagyu burger is free.
last year I was in LA for Christmas. I was not home for Christmas, which my mom was very upset about. But me and my friend actually went to a sushi restaurant on Christmas, and we were literally, it was just anybody. It was like all Jewish people. It was all people who were like not celebrating Christmas, and then me and my friend Kyle just sitting there. We were just like enjoying a whole boat of sushi.
Now, do you
People
like
were
LA?
confused. Yeah. Do I like LA? Yeah, I like it. I usually go to like, I'll stay in Santa Monica with my friend. It's very nice, calm, but again, just like Atlanta, but actually different because the traffic is way heavier, I would say. If you're driving there, just know you're not getting anywhere quick at any point. If you have to go on a highway, just know you're in for a long ride.
You're in
So
for- the
throw on a nice podcast.
The
and just sit back.
405 is always backed up.
Yeah, no, it's nice though. I like LA. It's
are
Rodeo
different.
Drive. Rodeo Drive did not live up to expectations.
Well, it's really
honestly.
small.
Yeah,
It's like
I will
people-
say I was not. I expected something really cool, and it just wasn't.
Yeah,
that.
it's just hyped up. Beverly Hills. Beverly Hills is nice. in
Yeah, and
general.
honestly, even the Hollywood sign, like when I went past it the first time ever, and my boy was like, "Yo, look, it's the Hollywood sign." I
looks
was
so
like,
small.
I was like, "That's it."
Yeah.
That's
It
it. It's
looks
like
so
that's
small.
what I see everyone post.
Yeah, it looks so small. It's crazy. But I don't really like the people of LA. I like LA, but the people are like weird.
Yeah.
They're really not.
Yeah, even if they're not famous, you'll definitely think they're famous. Like
Yeah.
the way that the people act and such
The
like
vibe.
that.
There's people who are fake as hell. And just like, I don't know.
That's yeah, why not? Yeah, I would
not
still
really polite
say that's why I would say I like Florida more, in my opinion. Is probably just 'cause, even though the people in Florida are like OD. Like,
Nobody's from Florida. Everybody migrates to Florida, I feel like. Like California people are just so laid back and they're like, I don't know. They're not really polite. You hold the door for them, they just walk in. So I'm just gonna start slamming the door on people's faces.
I just gotta worry about yourself at this point.
Yeah. You're right. You're right. So yeah, Penn State this weekend. I'm excited. I'm more excited this weekend than last weekend. I think we've all kind of confirmed that.
Probably because you have 60 million views from Penn State. I think that would be why.
Relax. Something like,
70.
yeah. But yeah, so I think people are excited to have us back up there. I think people will definitely be looking for us again.
And it's gonna be a good game too.
Yeah, Whiteout's it's arguably the best atmosphere.
It's Iowa too.
College
It's like
football.
that Penn State Iowa rivalry. It's always something.
Yeah. I don't know why it's Iowa. I wish so badly it was
At least they're
Michigan.
ranked though.
Yeah.
They're both ranked
Yeah,
too.
no, so it'll be like it's better than last year.
Well, Penn State was ranked last year. I think.
They played Minnesota last year.
Minnesota though. Minnesota wasn't
Like,
strong.
we wanted to see that.
Yeah, score prediction.
31-14, Penn State wins. Maybe 31-10.
What's the spread?
I can see that.
Or is this
I don't know.
Let's find out.
Take a look. I think.
You think we'll see another fight?
I don't know. We'll see James.
True. Oh, do you think he has any new jobs he's added to his list?
September 23rd.
Jack of all, master of none. Yeah, I mean probably.
Yeah, why not?
He's probably a shoe salesman
Yeah, why
now.
not? Why not, right?
Why not?
Yeah.
I wonder what James does. Yeah. Jack of all, master of none. So, what do you think? What do you think?
Jack of all.
We added fighter to his list, so there's that.
Penn State's minus
He's famous
14
now.
and a half.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
What's the spread?
Minus 14 and a half.
I think next.
I think they
Sunday's
cover
a
that.
game. I do too. I think they win big actually. I think it's.
But I mean, at this rate, the last couple of games we've been to, it's been kind of.
Yeah, I might have to go like
Like a bad luck charm.
Yeah, I don't think we should go in this.
like 35. I'm gonna say like 35-29. Penn
I just think
State.
Penn State's the best team out of all the teams we've seen.
You think?
I do.
So
Right
far,
now,
yeah.
I do. They have the best quarterback out of all the teams.
Even over.
They're better than
Texas?
Georgia.
Yes, over Texas. Yeah.
You think they're better than
Georgia?
Texas?
Yeah, I think they're right there. I think they can compete hard with Georgia. And I typically don't say that about Big
No
Ten
way.
teams, but Penn State's got a squad, man.
I
Really
think
good
you're
offensive
bugging.
line, good receivers, really good backfield, and a really good quarterback. I think Penn State's good. I think Penn State gets to the college football playoff. I think it's their
What's his name again?
Drew Aller or Nick Singleton.
Drew Aller.
Okay.
Aller's the quarterback. Very good.
Okay. Got you.
Singleton, he came from Mifflin, right?
Yeah, he's out by
There you go.
Yeah, James said he played against him in high school. Or knew what high school it was.
Yeah, he went to
Yeah.
Mifflin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's like 5 minutes away from my house.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
really good. Number 1 recruit last year.
Yeah.
Running back. 3 touchdowns last year.
And his backfield mate.
Yeah.
Is what was it?
Katron Allen, yeah, he's really good too. They got 2 really good backs, 5-star and a 4-star, and then a 5-star quarterback who's probably the best in that recruiting class. Because Klubnik hasn't looked great for Clemson. I think Aller's better. He was just kind of green coming in.
Okay,
Like,
Klubnik.
Kate Klubnik.
Yeah, no, he didn't look. Yeah, he didn't. Look
He hasn't looked great yet, but
hasn't
he's
looked
young.
great.
I mean, it's only his first season stepping into it.
Made it like a moment more.
Clemson was supposed to have that resurgence this year.
I thought. I mean, that's what I thought. I thought they were going to be really good because what I saw of Klubnik last year, I was impressed with. And then he stepped in this year, and he hasn't really delivered. Clemson's kind of fallen off over the past couple years.
Take it out.
Well, it's because they also have had like the same team for the last 5 years.
Well, not only that too, but like they put so much faith in TJ Ugalele, however you say his
DJ
name.
Ugalele.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
guy,
whatever.
Ugalele, whatever the hell his name is. He was the number 1 recruit in that class. He was the number 1 player in his class coming in, and he just never lived up to what he was supposed to be. And you go from Trevor Lawrence to him, people thought this team's going to win 2 more national championships, and they just kind of hit a wall.
And now he's at Oregon State, killing it.
Now he's at Oregon State, but
And they're good.
they haven't
They're
played
ranked.
anybody yet.
They're ranked.
Yeah. You got to play somebody. They'd get smoked by an SEC team.
I always just think about
see.
the video where they're in the plane. They're like, that's where you're going to be throwing touchdowns.
Yeah. With Dabo.
Hell no.
I think Dabo goes to Alabama when Saban.
You think he's going to? That's what everybody's talking about.
Yeah, he played at Bama. It just, to me, makes
Saban
sense.
said he's not retiring anytime soon, so who knows?
He's 71.
Saban's going until he probably dies.
He said he thinks he can go another 10 years to like 80, which, if
Easily.
he hits 2023, if he eats healthy and keeps himself
Yeah.
right.
I mean, he eats oatmeal cream pie every day.
2
2 of them.
with a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
All right, who's next?
Guess I'm next.
Slide it to Marco.
Yes, sir.
What's up, guys? This is Enterprise Sports.
We are here at Auburn University.
This is week 1 of our college takeover.
Let's get it, baby.
If you see me and you tryna see what's up, he wanna fuck with me, then I'ma have him stuck. Bitch looking bad and got a stupid butt. Jewelry on your wrist, fucking hold it up.
All right, people. We are back after a quick intermission because I just got my hair cut and I got the mullet. I did the mullet. Let's go. All right, so we're back. We're just gonna start with a random question now. You're sitting at a dinner table. You get to pick somebody, dead or alive. You get 3 people. They can dead or alive. Who do you want to sit and talk to? Come on, Dan. Give me something.
Oh, throwing it right to me.
Yeah.
All right. Dead or alive? Dead or alive?
Dead or alive?
Ooh.
It's a hard question. You can say one, and then we'll do one. We'll do one each at a time.
All right. I will sit with Kobe Bryant.
Okay, that's a good one. All right, Jerem, how you feeling?
Can I say 2?
You could say 3.
Sure, you can say all of them if you want.
See, all right.
I just wanted to give him
just
some
like
time.
up to my who comes to mind first is like Jay-Z and Mark Cuban. I feel like sitting down with them and talking with them.
So you would take the dinner instead of the money with Jay-Z?
Oh, yeah.
Why? Why each of them?
Well, I just feel like they come from very different backgrounds, and they both have risen through their work and their mindset and their networking and their affiliations to become larger than life figures. So it's like to learn how they go about that and what I could pick up from them, if anything similar between me and them, you know. I feel like that would be really cool to see.
Gotcha.
Marco, how you feeling over there, bud?
I'm feeling amazing.
Who would you take?
I mean, I think Dan knows the Weeknd.
The Weeknd.
Abel.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, the reason why is because like I've tried to model like my game after him. He's like one of the biggest artists in the world, but he's very secretive. There's a good balance.
Isn't he number 1?
Yeah, he's ranked number 1 on Spotify, but I mean that doesn't really mean much. But he's a well-respected artist, huge, and keeps to himself. He's not in drama or anything, so like. I love his music. I like what he's about. I like the way he built himself up. So.
Interesting.
Makes sense.
Over to you.
Well, if anybody knows me, my one I would have to have him at my table would be LeBron James. So LeBron James is the best athlete of all time. Right, Dan?
Sure, Jack.
How do you feel about that?
No, right, Dan? He's the best athlete ever, right?
No.
No.
He's not.
All right, who
Dan
is?
is.
Best athlete? Are we going strictly like on forms of success or just athlete in general? Because to me, Deion Sanders was a better athlete.
Well, yeah. I mean, he played so many different sports. But best of all time, the GOAT.
I would say Lionel Messi probably too.
Messi?
Or Muhammad Ali.
LeBron James.
Tiger Woods.
LeBron James.
I feel like more people know Messi. You know?
No, but the ultimate athlete ever is Michael Jordan. It's not even close. It's not even close.
Why?
Just
because he had a killer mentality. Somebody else
his
had
body of work. He's got more awards than LeBron.
He's got more
went
team
6
awards
for.
than
He
LeBron.
went
was
6
great on
for.
the
No,
Wizards.
just personal awards too. What's the one stat I sent you guys? I have to find it. We'll clip it into this video.
Yeah.
To prove my
I'd
point.
say Habib Nurmagomedov is the greatest athlete.
Over John Jones?
Paper, like,
Yeah, he's
stay off the size.
You think?
Whatever you
Yeah.
feel like works best. Yeah.
He's way more dominant than
trust
John
him.
Jones.
All right, don't tell me that now.
I don't know.
He's more dominant than John Jones.
Well, to keep going, yeah. I got LeBron sitting with me because he's awesome. Somebody else I would want to sit with. It's a good question that I made myself. I feel like
Mine are so
honestly, I'm gonna have to go with some Albert Einstein. I'm gonna have to throw it back to Albert Einstein.
Einstein. What's the rationale?
He was like
behind that?
autistic and just way too smart.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's what I'm saying. Like y'all are saying some like people around this time. I'm thinking like throw it back. Like I want to know.
All right.
Yes.
I'll go with Genghis Khan.
Genghis Khan.
Yeah, I'll just throw in Genghis Khan in there.
Why?
1 in every like 200 people is related to him.
I know he did have a lot of
Yeah.
kids. He did have a lot of
I
children.
wonder how that really like. Damn. That's crazy. 1 in 200. Is that the there is an actual stat for it? Is it actually that?
Well, damn, don't quote me on it, but shit, yeah.
Well, I'm gonna quote you on it.
Last time I seen something like that, it was like 14 or some shit. I don't know. So like, could be like 1 in every 317 by now.
Mm-hmm. All right, to bounce off of all that, we have to talk about the one game we just
I didn't
went
even finish
to.
my list. I gave you one person. You asked me about 3 people. I thought we were going around.
Fine, Dan, give it to me.
My second person, weirdly enough, would actually be Ryan Seacrest. Is where is it? Just
What?
because of the success. Hold on.
That's worse than my Albert Einstein.
No, it's not. Because of the industry I'm in, it's not. You look at the success and the stuff that he's built. He started American Idol. He started the Kardashians. Look how much success he's had. He has a radio show in just the industry of entertainment. That's a guy I'd like to talk to.
Okay. To move on.
I don't know. I think that's a pretty good answer.
To move on. Move on.
I only have 2 people, I guess. Everybody else has 3.
Yeah, you do. You're done. I'm done. I actually just got bored of it. To move on, let's talk about Alabama, Texas, the game that we went to, because that game was absolutely bonkers. And over there, Marco's really happy because he's a diehard Texas fan, big time.
Hook 'em horns. Hook 'em horns.
So that game was absolutely insane. Ewers absolutely dominated. I mean, what do we think it came down to? What do you think the reasoning was that Alabama could not execute? I mean, obviously, other than the fact that Milroe was incompetent back there, but why would you say is another reasoning for them losing that game at home?
That offensive line was on par with the Chicago Bears. Yes, it was terrible. They didn't give them any time to make any plays. The pocket was collapsing faster than the Giants against the Cowboys. Like it was that bad. They were playing that bad.
I think it was a mix of 2. I think it was offensive line and poor quarterback play because there was a lot of missed open throws.
A lot of penalties as well.
I think it came down all around in the trenches for Alabama. I think their defense played really poor. They didn't put any pressure on Ewers at all. He had all day to throw, which hurt the secondary because that's been Alabama's bread and butter. They have 5-star defensive linemen, Jonathan Allen, Will Anderson, guys like that. Williams from the Jets. That's just been Nick Saban's.
I didn't see that
all along.
I didn't see that bully ball that we usually see.
Well, there was just no pressure. I mean, there was no pressure, and they have a lot of young kids on the team playing, and you have freshmen at safety, and they got burnt. Good wide receivers for Texas. Texas was ready to win. Texas is more ready to win right now than Alabama. But Alabama is going to be back because they have a lot of really good young 5-star players, and they're going to develop over the course of this year. Alabama can get it together and still make the college football playoff. They only have 1 loss.
Yeah, Kool-Aid didn't have a great game either. That hurt. I feel like that hurt because I feel like he's one of their shining.
He got I think he got left out to dry too. Like a corner can only do so much. They're flipping on both sides of the field, and Texas has just a lot of talented wide receivers. They have 3 really good wide receivers and a really good tight end, and they have good pass rushing. Like, not to say that Alabama's offensive line didn't play poor, but the pass rush of Texas is really good, and they put a lot of pressure on Milroe, who stinks. And, it's a bad combination.
And Milroe just got that official starting spot. Wait, well, I think the quote from Nick Saban was, "Yeah, he's gonna." Basically, this.
Yeah,
it was. Yeah, Milroe's gonna be our starter. Like it's just the way it is. Usually it's like a little bit more excitement, like in terms of naming your starting quarterback. But he's just not happy with his 3 that he has. I mean, that was a treacherous win that they just had.
And listen, no, here's the thing too. It was only the 2nd game of the season for Alabama. Alabama hits their stride late in the season. They're going to get better as the season goes on. They just can't lose another game.
How much better though?
I think they will get a lot better. I do. I think because you have freshmen playing. They're still getting that experience. They've only played 3 games. It's a big adjustment period going from a high school stadium to a college, just the speed of the game.
That type of game.
I do. I think they're going to get better as the season goes on and build on that loss. You learn more from losing than you do winning.
Well, that's what I attest a lot of Colorado's success, not just to how great of a coach Dion is, but how well they utilize the transfer portal. Like they have kids that are not 18, 19, 17, 18 years old starting out there. They have people that have been playing college football for 1, 2, 3 years that are grown men that are able to go into a system.
Because my man's wiped out the entire roster.
Yeah, cleaned house for everything. He was like more than
50. Yeah, 53.
Yeah.
He literally he cut every single person from the squad, and then just said, "Yeah, I'm gonna build my own."
He gave him a choice.
It was like Build-A-Bear.
Because I watched the interview on 60 Minutes. He gave him a choice. He was like, "If y'all want to stay, that's fine, but like, I'm gonna make sure you quit." That's the whole goal.
Yeah.
But like, he gave him a chance, and they all, And
he was ever around after it.
They were smart. They're like, "Yeah, let's leave."
And Rick Pitino's doing the same thing at St. John's. He just left Iona. Is it Iona? In New York, and he took over St. John's. And he'll build up that program. Like, he got Iona to, I think he won like 24 games last year. He was like 24-2.
Something like that.
And he won that many games each year. He made the tournament twice with Iona. But him at St. John's back in the Big East, he'll recruit well. He'll get the players. He's from New York. He'll build that program up. Now he has that ability. But he said, listen, you guys can try and play for me, but I'm bringing my own team in. I'm bringing my own staff in. So, you know, Colorado won one game last year, so it makes sense that he won the clean house. They stunk.
Yeah, they were terrible.
But I think they're going to get home
now,
this weekend.
Now everybody's watching those games so intently. I mean, I still think it's so crazy that he has two sons on the team on offense and defense. I think that's one of the coolest things. I mean, above Colorado having success, I think that's like the biggest success for Dion. I mean, like, yeah, like it was kind of funny when the announcer said like the sideline looked like the BET Awards because they just had so many like famous people there. Like, Key Glock, Offset.
Lil Wayne came out. He brought the team out.
Yeah, Lil Wayne brought the
like I was watching a
One of
boxing
Dion's
match.
sons is
Yeah, I literally felt like it was a
one of Dion's sons is documenting like the whole thing too. So he has his two sons that play, and then his other son that's documenting like everything.
That's cool.
Cameraman out there.
Cool.
Shouts out.
Shout out to the cameraman.
I think they felt the pressure this past weekend. I mean, they went down to the wire with Colorado State. Now that like pressure's mounting,
I can't. Yeah.
I think they lose this weekend.
I'm still mad about my man's Travis Hunter.
That's football.
I mean, yeah, it's football. I'm just upset.
kid's
I
getting
mean,
death
I'm upset
threats,
about a lot of injuries in general right now because my fantasy team is
Nick Chubb, that was a sprain, right?
Dude.
sprain.
That was a sprain, right?
Just a little
What you
sprain.
mean? You little
Pull up the
flesh
clip.
wound.
It's just a sprain.
Just a little flesh wound. Put some
Definitely is crazy.
Dude, no.
Jeremy, let's go over to you. Your injury report is long. It looks like the Declaration of Independence right now with your fantasy squads.
Shall we go over it?
All 23
Yeah, I
of your
think
teams.
we should go over it.
Everybody I've lost since last week, week 1. Well, we got Deontay Johnson on IR. It's kind of my fault that I drafted Cooper Kupp. There's no news on him yet, but he's hopeful to play week 5. So
We'll see about that
Cooper
one.
Kupp. Honestly, at this point, I'll just put Jamar Chase. He has like he's on the mental.
He's on the mental
injury
IR.
report. So
Joe Burrow too can get thrown on that.
It's only 2 games in. They looked poor last year, the first 2 games.
he caught like 8 of 12 targets for like 100 yards last year though. Within the first
He'll be good.
2 weeks.
I think he'll be just fine.
He's cost me. Yeah, Nick Chubb, his season is done. J.K. Dobbins, yes,
Season
tears
done.
his Achilles. By virtue of Aaron Rodgers going down, I lose Garrett Wilson.
Yeah.
It's not even everybody. David Montgomery is questionable right now.
Saquon Barkley.
He's day to day with a bone bruise. Saquon Barkley's out for 3 weeks.
The list goes on.
Yeah, and every single person he's naming, like I've got all of them except for one, pretty much. Actually, I think I have all of those. I think I have all of those.
Oh, I just didn't have Aaron Jones this past week.
David Montgomery.
Christian Watson still has yet to play.
Christian Watson also of mine.
Amon-Ra St. Brown. What happened? He's questionable. Why is he questionable?
All right, we get the point.
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson is
As you see, it
questionable.
just
My
keeps
goodness.
on going.
You know who's healthy, though? Jalen Hurts is healthy. Philadelphia Eagles offense is healthy.
Oh, my God. This guy.
Go Birds.
This guy. Yeah, the Vikings are not good.
Yeah, they stink.
The Vikings are not good. The defense is absolutely dog water.
They can't hold on to a ball. They fumbled it 20 times.
Yeah,
against the
Kirk
Eagles.
Cousins just lost the ability to learn how to take a snap. My mans, you've been in that. You've been playing in the NFL for a long time.
So did Jordan Love on that 4th and 1. He just left the ball.
it. Oh yeah, for everyone who doesn't
left the ball in Josh
for
Allen's
everyone who
hands.
doesn't know, we were just at the Falcons Packers game in ATL, where Jerem went and saw his first game, and he got to see the Packers lose. And on the way out, everyone was screaming, "Go Pack, go home!" and "Go Pack, go home!" And then this man repeatedly shouted out,
28-3.
this man switched sides.
Some guy was like, whoever said that deserves to get shot. Yeah.
Yeah, no. There was like
bad.
at least 3 different people. Like some
It was
people.
6 years
They were
ago.
like, that was 6 years ago, bro. That's not cool to bring up.
We were walking to the car, and this guy had his kid like on his shoulders, like Packers fan, and this guy was like, "You're raising him wrong. You're a bad father." I'm like, "Damn, that's a little OD." He even turned around, and looked at him like, "Dude, it's just a game. Like, not in front of my son."
Yeah, and your team still stinks. Like the Falcons are not a good team.
Like we lost that more than they won that. You feel me? I don't know. Jordan Love looked great week 1. He looked good last week too. He's 6-0 touchdown and interceptions and has one of the
Do you think it was
highest
more
passer
Jordan Love looking good or the Bears looking terrible?
Jordan Love looking good. He went out and torched them.
Okay.
He went out and torched them. He had a mental lapse. He was on the road in Atlanta. They were getting loud in the fourth quarter.
Inside stadium, it gets a little louder.
They were getting loud. So I think this week is going to be a good test against the Saints. Yeah, they don't have Alvin Kamara, which thank God, because he probably would have ran for like 200 yards on us. But
Yep, 100%.
Yeah, he gets to test out Marshawn Lattimore a little bit. So we'll see how he does. I'm very excited though. A lot of Packers fans are very excited. They travel well. There was a lot of Packers fans at the game.
Yeah, there was a lot of green.
I was
a lot
really
of
happy.
green.
Yeah, we're looking good. We're looking good. We got to clean up a couple things on defense. Rasul Douglas and Darnell Savage keep doing this same dumb shit they do every year. Jair's got to get a little bit more aggressive, but without the penalties. And Quay Walker's looking like a dog. He's looking like he's going to be the leader of that defense. So
I think that's very much possible.
We get Bakhtiari back to protect Jordan on the left side. We get Aaron Jones and Christian Watson back. We're going to be very dangerous. So.
Eagles back to the trip.
What'd you say?
Eagles back to the trip.
Back to the chip. I don't know.
I'm not impressed.
Man. I don't know, man.
I'm not impressed.
I look at it like this. They've looked like shit the first 2 weeks and found ways to win. That's a sign of a very good team.
That happens. They definitely found ways to win.
They're going to run the ball down every team's throat. That's the way they ran the ball last game. They're leading in time of possession. They just kill the clock and they just wear a defense down the way they run the ball because their offensive line. And Swift. I mean, Swift looked awesome.
That's the thing. Are they going to continue to use Swift, or are they? I
don't know if they're going to have to.
Or are they going to?
They got Boston Scott. I think they really just wanted to see what they have with Penny too, and that's the thing. Like that's a deep backfield, which is good. By the time you get to the playoffs,
you're definitely good for the playoffs.
After having 175 yards from scrimmage, I think DeAndre Swift has to be the.
I think he's going to
certified one, like 60% of the back.
Yeah, I think it's going to be him and Gainwell.
He's not going to be certified one. I think Gainwell's going to be certified.
I think Gainwell when he's back
and
will
then
be.
I think Boston
it'll be
Scott
split.
Will be a lot in the red zone. I don't think they'll use DeAndre in the red zone.
Well, DeAndre actually had all of the third down snaps.
Yeah, I think
and all of the goal
he
line
gets
snaps
some red
this
zone.
past
I think
week.
he'll get red zone.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean,
Eagles are built to win.
How are they going to use Rashad?
They'll find ways. I think they got Penny because of Swift's ability to not stay healthy. Yeah. But he might stay healthy this year.
Penny doesn't stay healthy.
Well, him too. Yeah, that's probably why they got Swift actually, because now they got Swift after Penny.
They got them both to offset each other.
Yeah, and then Gainwell gets hurt. Funny how that works.
Yeah, right.
That is how it always happens.
Nakobe Dean's out for a couple more weeks too.
Yeah. Jalen Carter's been really good. Eagles defense, they're rattled actually. I mean, they're hurt. They're beat up. They just lost.
Maddox.
Maddox is done for the year.
Oh, Maddox is done.
He's done for the year. He tore his pec. He's out for the year.
Pec.
So Bradbury needs to get back. Blankenship's out.
Imagine tearing your pec. Oh, that's pain.
Yeah.
All right, Dan, I know that you came up with some silly questions for the gang.
Would you rather go one-on-one with Micah Parsons? You're the running back. Would you rather go one-on-one? You got to run. There's nobody else. You have no blockers. You got to go one-on-one with him, or 2 rounds with Nate Diaz. Boxing. No, we'll go UFC. Marco?
Oh God, I feel like
I'm taking that.
They say UFC, I can run around. I don't have to go straight on.
No, you can't.
Just run around.
No, you can't.
He has a slender man. He has like his reach is halfway through the octagon.
Yeah, literally. I think I'm actually I don't care. I'm just gonna have the ambulance sitting right next to me. Like, yo, like I just get ready because I know I'm about to break a couple things. I'm taking that shit. Like,
I'm going one-on-one with Parsons.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Content would be phenomenal, by the way.
The content. It's all about the content. Yeah, I would definitely take the hit. I don't think there's any chance I'm lasting longer than 15 seconds if I take one of Nate Diaz's hits. Like, I'm chalked. Like, brain damage. That's what
You get CTE regardless. So
I think
suited up against Michael Parsons? Okay.
Yeah. Well, no, yeah.
I
Yeah, I'm in pads. I'm pads. I'm taking it on.
He has all pads.
chest
we have
plate.
nothing.
It's just one hit.
It's just one
Chest plate.
But I know it's one hit, but it's a
that's 10 minutes.
full blown running right at you. Like, oh.
I'll say there's
Give me
like
Micah Parsons.
there's like a
Yeah, I'm
27.
You're also like twice
and
our
a half
size, Dan.
% chance that I juke Micah Parsons. So
There's what?
there's like a 27.
I'm trying to run
there's
through.
not.
I'm trying to run
there's
through him.
not any chance. With him running straight at you with no blockers, there's no chance you're juking
I'm not putting him in a
Parsons.
spin cycle. I'm not
No,
putting him in
you're
a spin
not.
cycle.
He's going to break your back if you try to turn around.
Oh shit. Yeah, he might.
Bring on Micah Parsons. I'm trying to run through him. Ain't gonna happen, but my helmet will probably get dislodged. But
Yeah, probably. Yeah, that's never good. How about you? So, Janelli, I'm guessing you're taking the Michael Parsons hit.
My thing is, what if I could jump over him? Like,
It's possible.
what if I just stand still and he comes at me?
She's
and
thinking
you know
hurdle.
what I mean? I lift off, bro, and I'm out. I'm out.
You might be in the NFL.
Take it, Micah.
You're taking the Micah.
I like that.
That's
She's
just
trying to
crazy,
hurdle him.
Take out your knees.
I have go-to dance move. Marco can't show us his, but he does that shoulder.
Yours is like this.
Mine's a little-
Do it in the chair.
Mine's the little Uzi shoulder
He does
roll.
the shoulder roll.
It just gets you in the gets you in the groove.
Yeah.
I can't hit any dance move while I'm hitting that. You feel me?
I'll do it for you.
I feel like mine is.
Yeah, it gets you loose.
I feel like mine is always like it's kind of looks like the Dougie, but it's not. It's just like you're hitting the A. Like,
Yeah, that's always good too.
Yeah.
that gets my shoulders loose. Like
hips
the
and
juices are
shoulders.
flowing.
Yeah.
I know Dan's move. Dan's move is funny.
I have.
It's like the. It's like
I just rock a little
He
bit.
does the Kirk Cousins jump.
He just moves his hands.
Yeah.
the boulders move.
Couple drinks in though, I get a little more loose. I
Couple more.
throw a Michael Jackson kick in there.
Jerm, how about you? What's your thing? Yeah,
Forbidden
your
moves.
forbidden moves.
Both hands in the air, shake them like you don't care. You know, a little bit of hip movement.
The slight hip movement.
Slight hip movements with the knee back a little bit.
Slight hip thrust.
You know, can't demonstrate, but
I mean, you could.
Reason.
Try to turn this up a little bit. There we go.
we do that. We do a little bit of. I feel like we do a little bit of milli rocket sometimes. You know,
Yeah. You hit the milli rock.
Little calmness, little shoulder pops. You know, get people hyped. Pop the shoulders a little bit.
Yeah. I don't have a lot of flexibility.
That's what the people need. It's not what they
Get
want.
him hype with a little shoulder
There's
pop.
not a lot of flexibility in my shoulders, so you're not seeing a lot
Been doing a
of.
lot of dancing too on this tour.
What's that?
Been doing a lot of dancing.
I
on
know.
this tour.
I burned a lot of calories dancing. A lot of calories
classes,
burned.
oh yeah.
I wanted to dance with Riley, but
Yeah.
Any chance?
We wanted to
out.
do some
The line
some
dancing.
line dancing, but we never got to it. We did so much stuff in Alabama. Alabama was absolutely insane. I mean, I'll say it right now on camera, like Auburn's trash. I'll say that for the
Already?
people.
To put it lightly.
I'll say that for the people.
Already?
put it lightly.
I'll say it. Yeah, I mean, like, and of course it's after we just went to Bama and Georgia right after, so it's not like they had much like they weren't in the running
They
in
didn't
the
have much to
beginning.
live up to.
But I would say like, I don't know, their tailgate scene disappointed me. I don't know if it was because like all these families were there and such, and people were being like behaved.
I think it was the game
Parents'
too.
Weekend too.
I think it was
You
just
think it was because they were versus UMass?
yeah, absolutely. It
I think
wasn't
it was
really a hype up
UMass. I
weekend.
think I heard a couple times that it was Parents' Weekend. It was like the first week. So I don't know. I feel like the energy the energy wasn't there. The energy wasn't there. But
No, energy wasn't there 100%. Like it was, Alabama, Texas was nationally televised game. All the major news networks were there.
South Carolina
Game
traveled.
Day, SEC,
Wasn't-
Pat
We were there.
McAfee,
Exactly, we were there.
Enterprise.
We were at the game.
Enterprise Sports was there, Having Juice with OJ was there. So like you had all the dogs.
And then like I don't know, the SEC network was there. But
I mean,
gives a
they
shit
don't-
about them.
Yeah, nobody really cares
Paul
about them.
Feinbaum,
And then
bald ass.
we went to this one bar, Sky Bar, that a person from Alabama told me that this bar in Auburn called Sky Bar was the best bar in the SEC. I mean, so far I'd have to agree. They got like multiple different spots inside. They have like a live band and like DJ section, and then they have another spot where it's more like karaoke, and the people sing really sad country songs.
Yep.
Like somebody's just like basically crying about their mama.
And their singing voices are sad as well.
And dirt roads, baby.
Yeah, I don't know. That's the only thing I can't.
And they sell food at Skybar. That's college.
They what?
They sell food.
What? Oh, yeah, they
upstairs.
do. They do.
Did we get food there?
Yeah, it's like pizzas, tacos, hot dogs.
We didn't get.
Am
to
I
that
lost?
section. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. We didn't see that part, but somebody told me that.
Okay, so we didn't eat food there.
No.
No.
Okay, I'm like,
Dan, you don't remember? You had a feast.
yeah, I'm thinking, I'm like brain dead. I'm like, how brain dead am I to not remember that?
Yeah, that was great.
I don't know if I would say Auburn sucked. I just think we were there too long. I think it was like 1 or 2 days I would have been fine with it, but like it drug and then I was over it.
The people were funny on the street. The people had some good stories to tell. They had something behind those eyes.
Fuck you, motherfucker.
Yeah, and in the Auburn video, some dude just flips Dan off because he's mad because his opening line to picking up a girl was, "Yo, what's up, shawty?"
What's up, shawty?
It was brutal.
That was absolutely nuts. That's how you don't get a number, ladies and gentlemen.
So I'll run it by you guys. I'll ask you guys some questions. So like, what is your guys' goal in this whole thing? Like, where do you want to be in the next 2 months?
Yeah. In the next 2 months, really just about building connections and relationships in all these different places and like creating like partnerships. Usually like I really looking forward to getting like a really good sponsor for us in general. I think that's a goal in the next 2 months, is to really solidify somebody who has our ideals and what we want to do in the company, and nobody who was trying to like control our content and such like that. I think that's really important. And also just getting mine and also Jerem's name out there, because we're really confident in the work that we do. We love podcasting. We love being in front of the camera. I'm a little conceited in that way, which I really enjoy being in front of the camera, and I like talking to people. Yeah, I just really want to grow my brand. I want to have a reasoning to continue to do it and to not give up. Like really, I need solid evidence that from not just myself, but from the people that I should keep doing this, that I should be determined, that I should keep my motivation high. I think that's something big for me.
Had a viral video.
I had one viral video. It's really exciting. Almost 500,000 views. My second video posted, so that was really exciting. I think that got me really hyped. The first video I had slowly crept up. It's at like 22,000, and I was excited like hell about that one.
Yeah.
Like I was like on top of the world. 20,000, that's crazy. It's almost half as much as I've had in 6 months, and just the grind. And then the second one blew up, and I was like, oh, 20,000 who? 20,000 who? I don't get those rookie numbers anymore. No. But I'm blessed to have that one video, but it's just gonna keep going up. After seeing it hit that, I just want more. I crave it.
And I love that your guys' videos both blew up pretty much the same day.
Yeah,
you guys had that same.
His blew up right before my big one blew up. Like,
yeah.
But his hit like 55,000, and he was like, "That's as much people who's in Perth Amboy, my home place." Yeah. He's like, "I have more views than that." Talk about that. How did it feel when it was going up?
Because yours took off first, and we didn't even like. I didn't even really look at it, and I just like kind of glanced.
You thought
I was
he was messing with you.
Yeah, because I saw it during the day, and it was at like 6,000. And then I'm in the kitchen,
I came
take a shot or something, and then OJ goes, "It's like, yo, your John's at 40,000." I go, "What?" I fall to the ground. I'm like, "Yo, I'm sitting on the ground. I can't believe it." Honestly, like it's a surreal moment. It's really cool. Mm-hmm. And like to answer your question too, like I want to. Obviously, everything that OJ said is true. I want to continue building on what we have and gaining a following and getting our names out there, making those meaningful connections and going to places and experiencing things for the first time, and showcasing that to everybody that that rocks with us. But I also want to like get merch off the ground. I want to find ways to continue to support this, because this is something that not enough people are doing, and something that I think we've taken off the ground running with. I feel like we're doing really good with this. And I also want to continue creating relationships with athletes and trying to get more athletes under us and establishing a good relationship with the ones that we have now.
Yeah.
And doing a lot of stuff with that, because that's another different thing that a lot of these guys aren't doing, or even if they are, it's not too personable. Like you'll have like barstool athlete in your bio and shit, but you know how meaningful is the relationship that you have with the people there. So that's kind of what I want to do a little bit.
Do you feel like that's something that like interests you more, like working with athletes than doing actual content?
I like doing it both.
Okay.
I like doing it both. I like that it can serve as kind of my fix, as you know, I can still do that while doing something else that I love to do, and kind of blending that in and still showing everybody.
Yeah. Is like podcasting something you guys obviously want to continue to build? Do you want to be more on camera, kind of like, I don't know, just different creators that you see on YouTube, like just more in depth of your life?
Yeah, I mean, all the content that we've made so far is all fun and games. Like, in terms of how you would look at it, if you look at the final video, it looks like all fun and games, but there's a whole crew behind it that's working 2 times harder to make it something else. Yeah. And there's so many different ideas that we're bouncing around. Again, this is the beginning of our tour. Like, we're really figuring it out as a group. Like, we're just starting to mesh. We're trying to get figure out what each of us like can bring to the table and what we want to bring to the table and such like that. Podcasting is something I love to do. It's why I started it. It's why I'm lucky to have this opportunity with Usala Media, and I want to continue it so much. Like, I think that it lets people know who you are, brings your personality into things if the video can itself. Yeah. Like, a lot of times, like, if you watch the Auburn video, if you don't know us, you could think we're tool bags. Like, honestly, it's true. But if you watch the podcast, you learn more about us and learn that we did way more than even just what was right on the I'm sorry, I was so distracted by watching her put the gel in. That was so.
I didn't know what was going on.
It's just like that. Yeah, exactly like that.
Marco was like cross-eyed for a second when I looked over.
Yeah, but there's a lot that we're doing that's not on camera that you won't see, that we're working really hard for. So yeah, that's why I want to continue this. I think podcasting can be brought in to multiple different things, and I know a lot of people do podcasts and stuff like that, but there's so much more you can talk about than just like the straight and narrow and such like that. So I just want to continue to have this platform too, along with doing the street content. Street content's really becoming something I really enjoy and love. It just takes a little bit to get into it, as you've seen. Yeah. You've been doing it for so long. This man's had so many videos go viral, time after time. He's really good with finding the algorithm that I'm not able to find, but he sees a lot in both of us, which is why we're doing this. So
it takes time. It really does take time. I mean, some people get lucky and they hit it right away. They don't. It's just how it works. Mm-hmm. Some people do get lucky, but it's been a grind. I mean, for us to go viral, I think it took us like 2.5 years. Probably 2 years. Yeah. You know, and that first moment, like you guys had that first moment, it is surreal. Good. No, it's a surreal moment when you first get that video to blow up, and you never know what it's going to be. Like, some stuff blows up, and you're like, I didn't expect that to. But third-party content helped us a lot too. Like, we post a lot of stuff that gets millions of views.
I think that really helps to grow a brand, is having things that aren't just you, that like you just find funny and just reposting it and be like, ha, like this is funny, blah blah blah. Yeah. And people have already seen it, so people like it and blah blah blah, all that good stuff. But yeah, so we're gonna take a little break. This was part 1. We're gonna have to make this part 2 another time. Throw it out there because obviously we got 2 more people we gotta cut. But we'll be right back. Comment, like, subscribe to Usala Media and Enterprize Sports on all platforms, and we'll be right back.